I'm going to draw my axe.
I am also going to draw an axe. My God, that's a great axe.
Thank you, I'm very skilled at doodling.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm a crisis doodler.
It makes sense. I'm a crisis doodler.
I doodle the best in a time of crisis.
I doodle when I'm stressed.
Previously on Gunslinger's Gateway. With Silas Garner finally located, the party is scrambling to make it back to the surface, if they can manage to avoid fighting any more otherworldly spiders and glowing creatures. But if they do make it up to level 3 of Seepridge Mine, how will they fight their way out?
There's kind of like a weird chill that goes down your back, and you hear
Not a fan of that.
That's the name of the spider.
Ah, things make a lot more sense now.
and you can kind of feel, you can see the webbing start to like vibrate.
I'm gonna draw my axe.
My God, that's a great axe.
I doodle when I'm stressed.
Bizarre, this is no time for arts and crafts. Angela isn't actually a good cartographer. He just draws all the, like, bitch and sea monsters in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He, like, always is holding his map, and people are like, where should we go? And he's like, that way. Walk that way.
Nobody's ever seen it.
As you guys start staffing over things, you can see, those of you with dark vision can see like a leg come out.
I have the coin.
Now, you all can see it then, and you can see coming and squeezing through the tunnel is this huge spider-like creature. But where the thorax and the face would be, there's like mandibles that come out, but
yeah,
it looks like a humanoid-esque. It's like this.
Oh, I hate that.
I'm not a fan of this.
How big is it?
Pretty big. It's large.
Okay.
Okay.
So everybody roll for initiative. All right.
I throw Silas at the spider. Run.
So
the whole reason we came here.
But at least we'd have closure. We could be like, I'm sorry, he was eaten by a giant spider. I have no idea how it happened.
He wanted us to go on without him.
We only saw his corpse. There was no saving him. I'm sorry.
Moonshadow,
We brought you this bone.
you are going first.
I want to push my way to... Yeah.
To the front?
Yeah, I'm going to push my way to the front, and I want to say, hello, you are Siphonis, yes? told us to tell you hello. Please do not kill us right away. And I'm going to hold my action to attack if it looks like it's going to attack us.
And as you're like talking, you can see like this ooze just kind of dripping from the mandibles as it's like. Okay, that is Moonshadow. That's Moonshadow's movement. It's her turn. Which is going to trigger yours at the same time. So roll the hit.
Cool.
You don't get your bonus action hit though.
Which is fine. And I don't hit because that was a natural one.
No, you don't. She doesn't seem to hit you either as she kind of goes to chomp down you like, hit! You were ready for it, so you bounce down. You can hear like bones crackling every time she moves, and she like hisses. Who's the next one? Nazar. I'm gonna try to hit you. Does a 16 hit?
It matches.
Okay. So
No.
you are now. Okay, sure. You're now restrained as webbing wraps around you.
Man, I had a whole turn planned out.
Okay.
An 11 hit?
No. Nazar, your turn.
So I'm grappled. I
Yes.
take it, and I have to use. How do I get out of being grappled?
Or you're restrained, so you have to spend an action to cut yourself out. No, but you can't. So somebody else has to. Somebody has to cut you out of the webbing.
Okay. What? You know, being in this webbing, I am going to enter a rage. It's rage time. Enter the rage cage. So I'll bonus action enter a rage while I'm restrained. That is, I think that's the difficult terrain. Yeah, plant life temporarily grows around you until the end of your rage. 10 feet. Ooh, the ground within 10 feet of you is now difficult terrain.
That's not
good.
great.
Not ideal.
Okay, Druzy, your turn.
Okay. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
7 cold damage and reduce the movement speed by 10 feet. And then as my bonus action, Bardic Inspiration to Nazar. Yes.
Roots.
So I'm gonna summon my flame sword as a bonus action,
There you go.
and then squeeze past everybody else and take a swing at this giant spider monster thing. It's a 18
That
to
hits.
hit. 9 damage, fire damage.
Okay. Lochran.
I'm going to, since Moonshadow, Roots, and Nazar, or Moonshadow and Roots have kind of come up to the front. I'm going to use my action to free Nazar from the webbing. Thank you. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
There you go.
Summon a big ol' floaty sword. And miss with a 9. So this has never actually come into effect before, but Spiritual Weapon also casts light in.
It sheds light.
Yeah.
I got it.
And actually, yeah. So it's
Just a sword.
things are lit up, including the coin. So if we drop the coin, that we're not in darkness.
Gilbert.
Oh, okay, I can make it. Kind of wedge myself in between these guys.
Yep.
I'm gonna. All right, let's punch it. 20 to hit.
That hits.
6 bludgeoning damage. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to dig deep.
Okay.
And I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing for 1 minute. And after that minute is up, I gain a level of exhaustion.
Okay, so I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
How did you have these out for a reason?
Lochran, Moonshadow, and Nazar, what was yours?
15.
And you all fail. You guys are frightened for the next minute as the spider woman looks at you and gives out a guttural, like, screechy noise. And so you have to spend your actions moving away from it, and you can't attack it.
You
So-
spend all your actions.
Yeah.
moving away.
Yeah, you have to spend all of your action moving away from it. And now it's her turn. So Moonshadow, I'm gonna attack you.
Wait, don't I go before her?
Do you?
Because I rolled a 24
Yeah.
on my
Yeah.
initiative.
Yeah. You went first last time, so.
Yeah, she delayed her action. That's why.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you go first. You have to move.
Yeah, so I'm just moving.
Well, then she gets an opportunity attack, because that's what she misses. Okay. Now it's her turn. Does a 15 hit Gilbert?
No.
No? Okay. So you just manage to dodge out of the way as webbing goes right past you. Nazar.
Oh, I turn and run away. As I'm moving, the ground within 10 feet of me continues to become difficult terrain.
Oh, does that move with you?
Yeah, it continues with me.
Oh,
Any
okay.
movement I make, it continues to grow until I leave my rage. End my rage.
Okay.
Do they get to make the saving throw at the end of their turn?
Yes, you do.
Oh, thank God.
So you can, make your saving throw at the end of your turn.
Is it wisdom again?
Yeah.
10. That's a 10.
Nope. You're still frightened.
Boy, I'm scared.
Druzy.
So I'm going to cast Calm Emotions then.
Okay.
Because I already did that before we got thrown into the mine. So I think it's every creature within a 20-foot radius of me
We get another.
gets it's a charisma save, I think, because that's my spellcasting.
Also, my rage ended at the end of my turn because I didn't attack anything, so it automatically ended.
Yeah, 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point I choose within range. I can suppress frightened, but this only goes up to 1 minute.
It's whatever you want to do.
So I need a charisma saving throw from wherever. I don't know where people have moved to.
I think it just does that.
Gilbert, Roots, and it would need to
Must make a charisma saving throw.
need to
You
make
can
them.
choose to fail
Yeah.
the saving throw.
So you can choose to fail the saving throw. And I mean, I would cast Calm Emotions with the intention of removing the threatened condition. So,
I'm not frightened, so.
right. So it doesn't really matter if the ones who aren't frightened
Fail.
pass or fail.
13.
Fail.
Lochran is choosing to fail it.
So that was my bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot at it with my pistol. A dirty 20 hits, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 6 points of damage.
Okay. Okay, Roots.
I was hit with Calm Emotions, right?
Yeah, so you are no longer
Well,
frightened.
so you're not frightened anymore. That's what I picked for it to do.
Okay.
So
So it didn't really affect my hostility towards this giant
no,
thing.
not in
Cool.
this case.
Cancel.
I'm gonna take a swipe with my flame sword.
I was gonna say, like, what?
That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. No, I knew what she was doing. I was just reading.
That's 12 fire damage.
Nice. And he goes. Lochran.
Locke's turn. So way back in Tan Butte, I bought 4 flasks of oil.
That's true.
So I'm gonna use my action to try and hit her with one because I see Roots hitting her with fire.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Okay. God, please let this work. Nat 20. So she. So no damage, but I feel like I definitely hit her with the oil.
I would say you've thrown one thing of oil. So
yeah.
Okay, so she has one glass vial or whatever pilfer of oil on her now.
Okay, and then as my bonus action, I'm gonna swing out Sister with my magical sword that's still next to her. There we go. 17 to hit.
Yeah.
6 points of radiant damage.
Nice. Gilbert.
Punch time.
Punch time.
Alright, first attack. 16 to hit.
That hits.
Epic. 9 bludgeoning damage. And then I'll spend a moxie point to make 2 more attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
17 to hit.
Yep.
For another 9 damage.
Okay.
And third attack. That's cocked. 18 to hit.
Yeah.
5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. As you kind of start just beating at the bone protrusion legs that are splintering into the ground, you're kind of it's like you're hitting knuckles against bone, and as you're kind of hitting her, and you're kind of realizing that you're not really doing as much damage as you would like. As she kind of chomps up at the air above your head. Okay.
Can't wait for these fists to be magic.
Okay.
Gilbert's narrative as he discovers magic is just beautiful.
I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, so anybody below a 15 failed. 14 poison damage and 3 necrotic damage. You guys kind of don't see it coming that there is a sack of webbing on the wall that just rattles and explodes this fume over everybody.
Gross.
Do we take half if we succeeded, or just none?
You take half if you succeeded.
Okay.
Yeah, if you succeeded, half. Okay, Moonshadow, your turn.
Thank you. Alright, so I'm gonna use my action and my movement to get back to where I was. I'm gonna use Second Wind to get some health back. And then I'm gonna use Action Surge to hit her. 18 to hit.
Yep.
That's 9 points slashing damage. 21 to hit.
Yep.
For another 7 points slashing damage.
Okay. As similar to Gil, as you're kind of coming down and doing your flurry, you notice that the flesh is harder than it seems. You can cut kind of into it, but it doesn't cut as deep as you want. It is her turn, and seeing this, she is going to attempt to web Moonshadow. Does a 15 hit, Moonshadow?
Yeah.
You are now restrained, and with that, she's going to take her mandibles and grab you and start moving backwards with you in her mouth.
Ooh.
Roots and Gilbert, you both get an opportunity attack.
Oh, fuck yeah. 19 hit.
Yep.
6.
Okay. Roots, what was your opportunity attack?
20.
That hits.
Okay. damage.
Okay. As you see Moonshadow get webbed and just picked up and dragged back into the shadows, you see along the ceiling and the side of the walls, hundreds of little spiders start crawling towards you guys. But that's as far as they can get. So, Nazar, it is your turn.
I'm still frightened, so while I take my movement away, can I also reach in my bag and pop one of those potions of healing?
Yep.
Nazar, why are you still frightened?
I thought calm emotions didn't get me.
I mean, it's a 20-foot radius, so I'm pretty sure it would have gotten everybody in the hallway.
It would have gotten Nazar.
Oh, okay. Well.
So you can choose to fail retroactively, I guess.
Okay. I thought I wasn't in range. I thought only 3 people were in range. Dope. Okay, well then never mind. And since my rage ended at the end of my last turn because I hadn't hit anything or taken damage, the difficult terrain also goes away with that. So I will take my full speed to run towards the tavern. Bonus action, re-enter a rage.
40. Okay. You enter a rage and you're, yeah.
How, okay, let me, 3. What does that do? Oh, it's the flumps. So, 4 flumps appear, and they are they occupy unoccupied spaces within 30 feet of me. So they occupy 30 feet within my space, and then they immediately fly 30 feet in random directions. And then at the end of my turn, they will explode. And so any creature within 5 feet of these guys must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so at the end of this turn, that means the 2 swarms of spiders, Siphonis, Moonshadow, will all need to make one. And then Gilbert, Roots, Lochran, and Druzy are all going to need to make one.
Dexterity?
Yeah. Basically everybody. So,
I fail.
what's the DC? Oh, that one she failed.
The DC is 13, I believe.
Okay.
Double check.
So, all 3 of these guys fail. What
And
damage?
so they take 2d4 force damage. Oh, I'm sorry, 2d8. I'm a liar, not 2d4. I can't. I'm having a time here, y'all. That is 13 damage. Much better. That's very good. Yeah, I'll end my turn there.
Druzy.
Can I get Siphonis in a 10-foot radius sphere without getting Moonshadow?
No, because you would hit Moonshadow.
Is there any way I can get combatants in a 10-foot radius sphere without also getting allies? Just because I don't know where people have moved to.
You could hit all 3 parties, but you'd also hit Moonshadow no matter what.
Ashley, did you say do it?
Yep.
I mean, we can cross our fingers that you make your con save.
Do it.
All right, have all 3 of the combatants make a con saving throw.
And also Moonshadow.
And also Moonshadow.
Yep.
I love you. You chose this.
I know.
One of the swarms makes it. Everybody else
Who
fails.
makes it?
Only one makes it.
Okay. So if you fail a con save DC 14,
Yep.
You take 16 points of thunder damage. If you passed it, then it's only 8 points of thunder damage.
I rolled an 18, so I passed.
Okay, so 8 points of thunder damage.
How many? 17?
It's 16 if you failed.
Okay. Cool. You are you doing shatter? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So as you go, and you see the webs tingle again, and you see one of the swarms of spiders just starts to and they all fall from the ceiling and rain down.
Ugh.
But they are dead.
Nice. Okay.
Dead spiders. Okie dokie. But this other swarm is going to attack Nazar and fail. So you just have this swarm of spiders crawling on you now, Nazar.
That's nasty. I hate that.
The spiders.
Roots, your turn.
Why couldn't it be followed a butterfly?
I'm gonna take another bite with my flame sword.
Hold on. 10.
That's 15 to hit.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, thank you, Julian.
8 of fire damage. What?
8? Okay. And when you come down and you hit her, the oil that Lochran had thrown on her erupts across her body.
Sweet.
She and Moonshadow both take 3 points of fire damage.
Sorry, Moonshadow.
Sorry.
It's fine. Fine. I'm still in double digits. We're good.
Lochran.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna take my bonus action first. Can I move my spiritual weapon 20 feet and still hit it?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Does an 11 does not hit,
No.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So, I'll move up. So I'm within... Oh, that's plenty. So I'm gonna... How far away from it am I?
You're about 20 feet away.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna stay where I am, and I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray. I'm gonna do one. This first ray is at the remaining swarm. It's gonna be a 26 to hit the swarm.
Yeah. How do you want to do it?
So it I want to hit it so it wraps around Nazar and burns off the spider without hitting Nazar. Because Nazar's resistant to fire damage anyway, right?
I sure am.
But yeah, if I can do it in a way that doesn't hit Nazar, I do that to kill the swarm. And then the other two, one misses and the other one's a 15.
15 hits.
Okay. The one that hits does 14 points of fire damage.
Fuck. Nice. And you can hear the sizzle crackle across the skin, and it reeks of just burning flesh now. And it's just Gilbert, your turn.
Let's see. Side by side with my main man, Brutes. We're gonna start whacking with a 10 to hit.
No.
And then bonus action.
That hits.
24. Dealing 5.
I need Lochran and Nazar to make Constitution saving throws.
17.
8.
Lochran, you take 7 points of poison damage and 2 points of necrotic damage. Nazar, you take half that as another web sack just goes over you.
Not a fan.
Moonshadow, you are restrained. Okay, it's my turn. Moonshadow, you're in the jaws of this creature's mouth, and you can hear it gurgling down its throat, and you can see where the flesh is pulled back as she starts to climb the wall up onto the ceiling. And now you're kind of hanging.
Can I try to get up?
You can't get out of a restrained because you're restrained. Somebody else would have to get you out.
So they can't move, but their attacks have disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, you can make a disadvantaged attack then.
Gravel.
12.
That does not hit. This is what I'll say. I'll give you the fact that you can cut yourself out, but you're still being grappled by the beast. So that attack would have been to cut you out, not... Because I don't... Just as a thing how I want to rule in the future, just in the future, this time I'll let it go, but if you're restrained, you shouldn't be able to let yourself out because you can't move or do anything, because essentially you're grappled and restrained. But just,
Okay.
I'd rather talk about it more in the future, just not in the middle of a combat, but for now we'll just let it go. Nizar, it's your turn.
I am going to move so I can attack, and then I'm going to attack with my big axe. That is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Dealing 11 slashing damage. Oh wait, and then I get my rage damage, so it's another 2. That's what I was forgetting. So an additional 2 damage, because I forgot to add that. That's my turn.
Okay. Druzy?
Am I within 60 feet of Moonshadow?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna start with my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Moonshadow. Nice. That's 8 points of healing. So Moonshadow, you get 8 back. And then I'm gonna shoot at the spider. That's only a 7.
That does not hit. Roots.
Take another swipe with my flame sword. Ooh, that's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright. 9 fire damage.
Is that doubled since you got a natural 20?
He's got to roll again.
Yeah. So you gotta have to roll your damage dice again.
Oh, 14. 23 fire damage. Total.
That's a big nasty crit.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
As you see this is going on, you take your flame sword and you just shove it up into the back, which is, the back of the human that has been turned into this spidery beast. And you shove it up through, and you can see your flame sword go, and it goes, and the flames go cascading over the shoulders of it, over the bony legs, as it screams and goes, and it falls limp and boils, skin bubbling and smelling like shit.
Cool.
Anthony, you got to kill the big bad on a crit.
That was pretty cool.
That was fun.
Is Moonshadow still in the mouth of this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go rip her out.
She can get out now easily, but yeah.
Your concern is heartening. So we're out of combat, correct?
Correct.
As far as I can tell.
Yes.
So once I see it die, I want to turn around and run back to where we left Silas.
He was at the mouth of the cave, or this tunnel.
Just to make sure that he didn't get any of those big old nasty spider bombs.
No, he actually managed to stay completely out of range.
Awesome.
Okay.
This feels like a win.
Yeah, I was, as soon as we started making con saves, I was like, well, he's dead.
I now have level
he's
exhaustion.
So I run back to him, make sure he's okay, and then tell him that. So you're sure that this was the only big spider, correct?
Was it screaming Siphonis and hissing at everything?
Yes, that's the same one.
Then I'd probably say that's the same one that did this. So I think that's it. Maybe it's
All right.
spider babies. I don't know.
We killed a bunch of smaller ones, but I think the smaller ones we can deal with a little more easily.
Does she have venom? Can I try to extract venom from her?
Make a nature check.
Okay.
Do you have an empty vial?
I do. I bought one in Tanview.
She did when you bought your oil, sir.
That's a 12.
You can kind of probably safely assume yes, but you don't really know where or how to extract it from. It's like a human body, but been morphed and stretched into a spider. So you don't really know where you'd be grabbing it from.
Okay. This is a hunch that I guess Frank is having, but that like kind of like looking at like I want to go up to it and like I don't know, not maybe investigate, but it might be a medicine check to like, was this like a drider where, and I don't know if I would know what that is, where it's like this was a spider thing from when it was hatched, or was it somehow
Make a medicine check.
Did it somehow turn into one?
Make a medicine check.
So dirty 20.
Looking over this, you know for a fact that this was never a drider. That
Okay.
this is and was a human woman at one point. Because her skin and her, deformed face still look of that of a woman.
And do I see, does like she like, because you said that like Silas's wound was like the veins were like turning blue.
Mm-hmm.
Does like, is there anything that looks like that on her?
Yes.
Who? Okay.
Her skin, she must have been fair skinned because it's still ashen, but everything has like a blue tinge, and she's got darker speckly blue spots towards the external parts of her body. So her extremities are like a darker blue, but dotted so.
Okay. So that, I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Well,
You
since
don't know
Locke
me.
is over here, I'm gonna ask him, do you know how to take the venom out?
Can I make a nature check?
Yeah.
No, that's only a 10. Like Moonshadow, I'm a
Okay.
doctor. I don't know how to milk spider women. I don't know what you think medical school is, but it is not this.
Sure, God, I
She
hope
was
not.
human at one point, so
It was a waste of a degree then.
Yes, and Moonshadow, and I mean this I'm just asking you a question. Do you think humans are venomous?
no.
Okay. I'm not shaming you. I'm just saying that at medical school, they don't teach you about giant spider womanitis. I saw Kiss of the Spider Woman off Broadway.
In 10 views, it was probably my company.
So no is the short answer.
So y'all are in this hallway.
Yeah.
Dead spider woman, newly crippled man, and your ragamuffin group.
Can we climb around her to keep going down that hallway?
Yep.
I want to
You'd
do
have to
that.
you would have to climb over her. But yeah.
Okay.
Pardon me.
I'm so sorry.
So you manage to continue onwards, noticing after a couple minutes the lock is not in tow. You guys enter into a larger chamber that is filled with webbing, and you can see that those of you who have dark vision or the light, you can see that there are, I hate to say it this way, but bulging sacks hanging from the ceiling. Multiple of them.
Do they look like the sacks that were exploding in the hallway?
Some do. Some look to have bodies in them,
Like humanoid bodies?
from what you can tell at this distance, because you guys have come out of a tunnel and are on a path, like a pathway ledge, that kind of hangs above this area, and then you can see that there is a pathway that you can have like a landing area, and then a pathway that goes up further.
Okay.
It is not on the map I sent you.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a safe way to get closer to these sacks?
You can look. You guys are out like on a ledge, and
Mhm.
there's this big room. You can see things hanging from the ceiling, but you can't reach them. I mean, the only person.
Oh yeah, no.
The only person that could go up and touch one is Roots because he can fly.
I don't want to touch them. I just wanted to make sure I could see them as well as possible.
Can I do a perception check to see if any of them are moving?
Yeah, go ahead.
27.
None of them are moving.
Okay.
They all be dead.
All right.
Okay, that's kind of what I was hoping. Like out of character.
I'm all rescue missioned out.
Yeah. We got our 1. Max rescue capacity 1.
Barely. Okay, so do you continue on upwards, or do you go back down the path you came from?
Upwards leads into, like, around a corner, like, into another space?
It's like a webbed off kind of hole, but it seems to go upwards for those of you that can see with light over what you have.
Okay, I say we press on.
Yes. Gilbert, it looks like you were correct. We need to go up to go up.
It's like that wasn't common sense.
Gilbert's like, fuck your magic.
What has been common sense since we left Tanview?
No goddamn
Fuck your
shit.
magic bullshit. We go up to go up.
There have been eaten chests. There have been magic papers. There have been things that don't make sense. God damn it.
Sounds like the drunk needs his bottle. Silas says at the back.
Fuck you. Fuck you. We got in this mess. We got in this mess because of you.
I didn't ask for you to come save me. I'm appreciative, but...
Are you appreciative?
Damn, I'm just giving you a hard time, Gil. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
This has been one giant hard time.
We don't need any extra from you, sir.
You know what? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know what? Sometimes a hug is the best medicine. Gilbert Locke motions for a group hug.
I'm not going for a group hug. I'm not.
Is this why you guys got kicked out of town? Because you guys have been... You know what? Never mind. And Silas pushes forward.
Did he just imply that we got kicked out of town because Locke and Gilbert are gay? Because I am into it.
Oh god, the fan fiction we're gonna get.
So anyway, you guys continue up this tunnel, and as you go up, you are met with a dirt wall.
A dirt wall?
Yeah.
Can I push on it?
Yeah, you push on it, and you push on it, and as you kind of start pushing a little bit harder, you go right through the door as parts of the wall crumble in, and you fall face first into the dirt on the other side.
Nice.
And you are in a very weird, cavernish kind of space.
Okay.
You see a similar dirt wall to your right, and a very, very tight, narrow passage left going up.
Can I push on the other dirt wall to make sure there's not a door in that one, since I just fell through this one?
You fall through that one as well, in a very similar fashion.
I'm going to shout back and be like, there are a lot of dirt walls, but if you push on it, you actually fall through.
But as you kind of do that, you immediately get... You're pushing yourself up and saying this, and then you kind of realize that there's a hallway here, and it's with flickering lights, and 4 sets of cells, iron-barred cells on either side.
What?
And you see, immediately faces come to the side of the bars, not right next to you, but a couple, one down on this side and a couple down on this side, and you're like, hey, like kind of a husky whisper, like, hey, shh, is somebody there? We heard you. Like, come on, go get it. Don't fuck around. Shut up. Hey. What the fuck are you all talking about over here? My God. Who is is that person?
Are these just all people in the cells that are talking?
There are people in these cells talking to you.
Okay.
You can't see them from where you're at the moment.
Right. Who is that?
Well,
Who are you?
my name's Tails O'Henry. Who are you?
I'm Druzy. How did you get down here? Where are we? I pushed on a wall and I fell into a jail.
And and you can kind of see that in a moment that you can see a face kind of be pressed up to the like the one that's closer to you, and you see very similar like clawed hands, scaly clawed hands to like Nazar, but they're of a silver tint. And then you can see kind of hands on the other side, and you can see like waving, like coming out on like the farther down ones.
Oh shit. So I will reiterate, how did you get here? Who put you here?
Well, I would assume his name is Lord Longfellow, but yeah. Could you come into the light, dear?
Oh, once I know I can trust you, perhaps.
Well, I'm what you call a wild frontiersman, an adventurer of sorts. I was here seeking some maps, but I was caught and untimely put in a cage, and not very fond of that. As you can see, I would like to leave, and to make matters worse, they put me in a cell catty corner to 2 flipping dwarves. So this is nothing but hell for me. And you can hear the other two voices are like, "Oh, shut up! Fuck you! You know, we didn't ask to be put by you."
There are dwarves down here as well.
Well, they like to think that they say we're not full dwarfs, we're half dwarf. Thank you very much. Maybe if you shut up and you can hear them, you shut up. And they're all kind of yelling at each other.
All right, well, since you shushed me when I fell through a wall, how about you all stop shouting?
Ruzy got mad.
I was thrown down here by Lord Longfellow, just like the rest of you, and none of us are going to get out of here alive if you keep shouting like children.
My apologies.
Cut to the group. Druzy, where are you? Shouting like children.
I want my
I don't know. She said she fell through some walls.
No, you guys saw this happen. You guys were right behind her. You saw this happen. You can hear all of
You
this.
saw me
Even
fall
better,
through
we're
the wall.
screaming at the back of her head.
I kind of want
It was
to.
all like, shh, shh. We all like Scooby-Doo around the corner.
All right. I'm sorry. The frontiersman. What did you say your name was?
Tails O'Henry.
Well, it's very nice to meet you, Mr. O'Henry. And the other your prison mates. What are your
Prison
names?
mates. We're not mates of any kind.
All right. Well, you're all in the same sort of hallway of cells, so pardon me.
It's Spindlefoot.
And listen, I heard Spindlefuck, and I don't know what you said.
We know what you think you heard. It's not Spindlefuck. It's Spindlefook.
Well, I mean, it just sounds like you're saying it, but you're from South Serenity, so I'm sorry.
Spindlefoot is an upstanding name. Thank you very much.
I fully believe you. My heartiest apologies. Get in here. And I'll just, like, kind of scoot out of the way, so if they try and push through the hole that I've made in the wall, they don't hit me.
I'll get in there.
So you manage to walk. In order to do this, you have to walk down the hall because it's like 5 foot across. Like, it's a small area. So you manage to walk forward, and you can see now a silver dragonborn who is Tails O'Henry, and two half-dwarven men that look to be a lot smaller than dwarves, but still stout and hardy like dwarves.
Wait, they're smaller than dwarves?
So they're probably
Whoa.
Are they half gnome, half dwarf?
they're like halfling.
Or halfling dwarf? That's
There's-
very
there's big
interesting. I
wide
feel like the dwarves are distinctive.
There's really small, wide boys.
Yeah, they're
Well, my name is Spindlefoot, and I'm 2 feet tall and 3 feet across.
Oh,
Like this, but with arms and legs and a head.
It's a fucking square.
Kingpin.
Oh my god.
They're not that big. They're thick boys, but they're not that
Tall,
thick.
3 feet across. Oh, fuck.
Finally, a beautiful
Obviously-
face to a beautiful voice. How are you, my dear?
I'm fine, thank you. You got in here somehow. I'm assuming it was that way, and I point in the opposite direction of the wall that I pushed through.
And you can see that the twins are sitting there, and they're like, "Well, yeah, of course. Like that's you've been to Seepridge before, haven't you? Haven't you?"
This is my first time.
Well, yeah,
Unfortunately,
If we're making quite a racket, but we're lucky because the guards, they're not on guard duty at the moment, so like. I think people are going to sleep, but in that case, we don't have any keys. We don't have any keys.
all right, thank you.
So,
What
or weapons.
level?
That's fine. Neither do I. And then I hide my rapier in my skirt.
Your gun?
Do I recognize
My gun is on my thigh holster.
Anyway.
It is away.
Wait,
So-
actually, you've seen them in passing, but you've never had a conversation with them. They're not prison folk.
Okay.
Oh, they're just townsfolk?
They're dwarves.
Useful? Right.
Okay.
They're half dwarves. That's as much as you know right now, because you haven't talked to them really.
All right. So, how long have you been in the cells?
A while. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Right.
Were you prisoners, or are you the people of Seepridge?
We were passing through. We were looking for things down yonder, but couldn't. I guess they were really not cool with letting people in anymore. Just to look around.
I do get that vibe. I understand.
No, thank you.
What level of the prison are we on?
Well, we're in the mine, but that was my question.
The
also.
mine prison, wherever.
I think. And the two dwarves kind of look at each other. And we're on the third floor, I believe. But that's just me, a lowly, unintelligent dragonborn.
Naz
Dicks.
off. I found
Who's talking shit about Dragonborn? He muscles up.
There's a dragonborn in this cell.
Oh,
Where?
hello.
Oh, look.
Hello, my
In
friend.
Draconic, I'll say hello.
Hello. It immediately switches to very fluent Draconic. Oh my god. Finally, another Dragonborn that is metallic nature.
I know we're very few and far between. I can say with very much certainty I have not seen another one of us.
That jackass that's running the top, the red one,
Yeah, the red one, yeah.
said his name was Czar or something. He was a dick. I am so glad to finally see another metallic born.
I agree.
My brother, you...
Other.
You must have been there. Where do you hail from?
I am one with the sea. I have no roots.
Well, if you ever want to have a good time, a good tale time, you should go up to Badir. They love our folk there.
The what?
To Badir.
Badir.
They love our folk there. They'll treat you like a king.
Thank you very much. I will.
You tell them that O. Henry sent you. You can tell anybody that, and you'll be welcomed.
Thank you very much. Would you like me to get you out of this cage?
Of course, please. My God, I cannot wait to see those two buffoons over in that cell rot.
Where do I see the door? Like, are we talking at the door?
Well, you guys are at the barred door talking, and he gestures over to the two halfling half-dwarfs.
Okay. Question about spell scrolls. Can you only use them once?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Can I try to break the door down?
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna, as soon as I see Nazar start to try and break the door down, since I don't speak Draconic, I would shush him.
I'm still gonna try to break the door down. My mind is made up.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna try and stop him.
Do what you got to do.
That is freaking natural 20, so it's a 25 to hit the door with my great club.
Jeez. That's exactly what you needed. So you immediately just go, and it just goes. It's like it goes, and you bend in the lock, and it goes, and O. Henry stands up, and he's a bit shorter than you, but not by much. And so he's towering over most of you, and he bends open the rest of the door, and he goes, in Draconic, he's like, my sincerest thank you. My God. I'm sick and tired of being here.
There's no problem at all.
I might need to fetch my things from somewhere. I thought they just put them in a pile around the corner, but God knows. But where did you guys come from, by the way?
Is this in Draconic or in Common again?
In Common.
Okay. There was a wall, and I pushed on it, and it fell in.
We were thrown into the pit to the fourth level of the mine. We fought a large spider thing, Siphonus, I believe they call it.
Absolutely disgusting. By any chance, did you happen to find, you see, I was sent here by a good friend of mine, a dog man named Jackal, and he asked me to retrieve this, these so-called maps here or something by a Salvador Sandango, but I could not find them. I managed to shimmy my way down into the pit, but they hoisted me back up by my petard before I could make any real solid discoveries down in the pit, and I was promptly thrown into a jail cell. Have you come across? You guys came from down in the pit, so
correct.
What exactly are you needing these maps for?
Oh, I do not need them. I am what you call a hired adventurer, but not to sell sword. I refuse to kill. I like to go out and delve, but
like one of them architects.
Archaeologist.
I believe that's the term you're looking for.
Yeah, like an architect.
Archaeologist.
I'm not familiar with either of these words.
Can I insight Tails in this moment?
Yep.
Dirty 20.
He's telling the truth.
He just wants the maps for his friend.
So far, he told you that he was hired by a man named Jekyll.
Did you say Dog Man?
Yes, I did.
Dog the bounty hunter?
What,
No fucking.
like he's a dog? Like how you are a dragon man, he is a dog man?
Very similar to your cat friend here, but more of the canine variety.
I did not know that was a thing.
So he's a no.
No.
Okay. Oh.
He looks more like a coyote.
Takes all kinds.
I really didn't see any maps.
Neither I found. It's like well, I don't know if while they're kind of like talking with him, I kind of would have like gone to the cell with the two like halfling dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
And said, this might seem like an obvious question, but do either of you speak Dwarvish?
I mean, they kind of like side-eye each other and they're like, a little. Why?
Because you were hoping to find something down there, weren't you?
Oh, yeah. And like the one brother hits the other brother and goes like, what?
And I'm kind of like, while they're having their like bigger conversation, I'm trying to have like a slightly smaller one. And I like pull out the kind of like the pages I was able to save.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't hand them to them. I hold up like one, like the first page that looks like I was able to find. It's like, do you know what? Can you read any of this?
And they kind of like both look up and they're like, you can tell them later. You can tell them. Charles. We don't really speak it. It's kind of a dead language, but we do know people who can. We do know of people who can.
Yes.
I mean, Dad wasn't around to teach us, but that's fine.
Well, we'll do our best. Hopefully you'll be able to introduce us to some of those people.
Oh, so you're about to out? You guys are gonna get us out of here?
I mean, I assume by this point, like, as I'm like talking to them, Nizar has like pulled the door open.
Oh yeah.
No.
No, Nazar's talking to the other Dragonborn. He does
No,
not.
I'm chilling with my friend.
No, like for Tails. That
Yeah.
you've opened that door.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a question for some of my bulkier compatriots. I, without keys, don't have the brute strength to open this. Are either of you, if you seem to be explorers by nature, do either of you have some lockpicks or something laying around? If we were to bring that back to you, would you be able to open your own cell?
I mean, if you give us a hammer, maybe.
I'll leave my Xanathars upstairs. I don't know how long that would take.
I mean,
Al, while these two conversations are going on, I want to stealth down to the end of this hallway just to keep an eye out for any guards coming.
Okay.
Because you had said in that first chamber there was like another, like a narrow passage.
Yes.
I want to go in that too.
Yeah. So Locke would kind of tell the two, the Spindlefukes to the Spindlefooks, to like hold tight and tell Nizar that maybe he could do the same kindness for them, like that Nizar and Roots and Gil could try and get that door down, and that I'm gonna try and like see kind of approximately, go a little ways into that other passage to try and see if it starts leading to fresh air.
And that's where I was going to go as well, as soon as everybody else got into the room and talk to people, because Drewsy's in a really ambitious exploratory mood today. She just found some prisoners and got to level 3 by pushing through a wall. So, like, what the fuck can't she do?
She kissed a cowboy girl today. She's feeling rip around to go, folks.
I kissed a cowboy, and then she gave me a note So
You
I'm
made-
winning.
You made a cowgirl fall in love.
Uh,
I want to have the cowboys, baby.
Country boy, I love you.
So, Druzy, because like you were talking to the twins, you managed to go back up, and with some finagling, you can kind of like squish your way through. Like,
Okay.
it's easy for you because you're the smallest of the group, but you are getting the feeling that Nazar would have a hard time going through this situation.
So what am I finding?
You are going through a dirt tunnel that goes upwards for like it goes upwards. You are going straight up as you're climbing up, and you find yourself after a couple minutes of squeezing and finessing yourself through that area into a very similar dirt room, and you see a dirt wall beyond that. So, Druzy, you have found a tunnel up. Who else? Okay, so are you guys going to break out the twins?
I would like to.
Okay. So, who's all doing that?
We're gonna try to punch the door.
Are you, yeah?
Or pull it, whichever way would make.
Well, Nazar went inwards.
Okay, so I'll probably end up punching it.
Okay. I guess you're doing it alone.
Because I'm keeping lookout.
Yep.
To
I'm
make sure
talking
that
to
we
my
cover-
friend.
Okay.
I'll try to bust it in though.
Okay. What'd you get?
It's 13.
I also got a 13.
So you guys both managed to like punch it in, and then you can see that the boys are like, fuck. And they're going to attempt to pull that last bit. Oh my god, they both the same thing.
Huh.
That's funny as hell. They say, do it again, kick it again. So kick it again.
Yeah, that's even worse. That's a 9.
Oh, 10.
And they manage to get but it's still hanging on by like one lock, but they're like, god damn it. Come on, like can one of you burl your guys? You're somebody else.
I'll have you know that I'm stronger than Nazar.
Well, it's not showing.
I hear that and I say, what? I turn around.
I am statistically stronger.
I want to kick in the door.
Do it.
That's a 7.
Oh my god.
The door just hangs on by that one little Cheeto flake.
Well, as Druzy,
Can I try to rip it off now?
I like boosted Druzy up. Locke comes in because he hears all the commotion. And can Locke try to do it?
No. Oh my god, rolling that 20.
Okay.
Flex on all these bitches.
I'm hope. Please, God.
Please be one.
Nope.
No.
No.
It's better than Nazar's attempt, though.
So I do poorly, but I like hit Nazar on the back and it's like, you've got it. You can one more hit. And I cast guidance on you. So add a D4 to this next.
Oh my god.
That is
This door is
a
just getting mangled.
23. That's math.
There we go.
And so this last boom, just shim. You like hit it, and like it goes, and just breaks in the full door. And they just kind of go, holy fuck. That was pretty cool. So, thank you. And then, Moonshadow, you see that there is a guard sleeping on a chair next to a pile of, like, equipment. And he immediately goes, and he goes for his gun, and he's just like, and he gets up, and he like, books it to just beyond the pit. There's that bell stand that you guys saw,
Yeah.
and he starts booking it to the bell.
I wanna go and grapple him.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Like as soon as I see him trying to run for it, I wanna.
I'll give you that because you were prepared and you were looking out. So
I'm gone, so.
Yeah.
A 9.
you're a fucking lucky I rolled like shit.
Yeah.
So you immediately, from the dark, this cat just and just like grabs this man, and you literally lunge him, and you roll like over the edge of the pit, and your back claws go into the dirt, and you have him in your claws hanging over the edge of the pit.
Well, shit.
Let go.
And he's looking up at you, and he's like, what the fuck? He goes, I fucking shoot. And he can see you, but you're like holding him up kind of weird, like right here from his armpit, so he can't really like point his gun really right at you. So he's trying to aim his gun at you as you're just like, and your tail is puffed up, and you're like,
Yeah. I'm gonna say, hey, calm down. It's okay. How about I pull you up and we just sit and talk about this, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, you have to promise me that you're going to put the gun down and you won't shoot me, though.
Alright.
That's why you don't take a child on adventures.
Nice.
They threw us in a pit.
He's pointing a gun at you right now. Just drop him.
Literally.
No, I'm going to pull him up.
They laughed and made the most of it.
Okay. You pull him up. And he goes, he's like, he's over the edge, and he's like, ugh. Okay, what the fuck? Don't fucking move. Don't. I will shoot you, and I will ring that bell as fast as I can go.
Pussy won't.
You know what? That sounds like I want to be thrown back into a pit talk.
Sir, you do not want to do this, please.
Sounds like they very rude too.
You know who I am.
You look like the people that we threw in the pit,
Oh gosh.
but somehow are still alive.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he's going to take a shot.
You know the spot.
At disadvantage, so good for you. Does a 13 hit.
Nope.
So he goes to shoot you, and gun goes off, and he misses.
Can I hear that gunshot?
Yeah, you can all hear the gunshot. Everyone.
Can I hear the gunshot?
Yes.
Because I'm up in a dirt room.
Well, wait, no, Druzy wouldn't. Druzy wouldn't.
Okay, I don't know this is happening.
I'm gonna head towards the sound of the gunshot.
Yeah, I would immediately book it.
No.
Hold
Look
on, we're
around,
all
see
going
that
on an adventure.
Shadow's gone. Run.
Oh, okay. You all start running towards. For all intents and purposes, this is where it's gonna go. Silas is bringing up the rear.
Oh yeah, Silas.
Yeah.
Get a dog, little longies.
Get a dog, little doggy.
I feel like Princess Fiona and him and just have him over my shoulder.
You can do that if you would like. So you
But
have.
yeah, as soon as he shot at me, I'm gonna try and tackle him to the ground again. Get the gun away.
Okay. Everybody else is running out. Nazar, you have Silas over your shoulder, and you have another Dragonborn and two halfling dwarves trailing right behind you.
spindle.
Squad.
You have a small
I mean,
squad.
What's going on?
I was kidding when I said we're gonna do Prison Break, but we're really just doing the show Prison Break.
Actually, I have music for this song.
I'm just in a dirt room with a coin. lights up, and I don't know what the fuck is happening. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to go use the restroom since I'm not here.
Okay.
I will see you all in a minute.
Okay.
60.
So the rest of you, you need to make a strength check, Moonshadow.
That's a 10.
So he manages to shove you off, and he gets back to his feet, and he starts to run towards the bell. Okay. Yeah, so roll for initiative, everybody. First up is Moonshadow.
Yeah.
He is only like 5 feet away from you.
Okay. I want to run around him, but like when I get up to him, like still be in his threatened square, but just put myself between him and the bell.
Yeah.
And what is he wearing?
A duster and regular clothes. He seems to be a gunslinger.
I keep trying to tackle him. Get a hold of him. Or get the gun away from him.
Okay. Make a strength check, I guess.
11.
No. He manages to shove you off again. Lochran.
Oh, thank God. Whew. I reach out my hand and use my last second level spell slot of the day to cast Silence in a centered around the bell in a 40-foot radius. So even if he rings it, no sound can escape the bell.
Oh, that's like the best use of silence.
And this
I'm done.
house-
After this, I'm done for the day. I'm gonna take a nap. This was.
You were real nervous you were gonna read that before your turn.
This is my first good
and
initiative.
just so you know, Moonshadow, you're fighting in this Sound of Silence.
That's fine.
It's time to go. Fuck it.
Roots, your turn.
How far away is Roots from the guy?
35.
Also, just Roots, so you know, if you go into the silence, you won't be able to cast spells that have a verbal component.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna use my quarterstaff anyways.
Okay.
The flame can't be used.
As the bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on it, and then I'm gonna dash, run, and then also fly towards the guy.
Oh, yeah. Great. Yeah, you fly in there.
Oh, you can't use Shillelagh either.
He does it beforehand.
Oh, before it, yeah.
Now he can take his action and
Yeah,
do
get
that.
outside. Cool. Well, then I'm gonna try to use kneecaps, so we can't run any quicker.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a natural 20 right there.
Jesus.
So what?
Break his
Another
kneecap.
Roots is
Yeah.
He's gonna kill him by way of the
he's a
kneecaps.
he's a fucking crack addict.
Cricket.
He's Rickety Cricket.
But,
I do it real
6 damage
good.
to that total.
What was that? What did you? How much damage?
6 damage.
Oh, okay.
6.
Okay. You just come in and just, boom, just whack him across the kneecap. And he screams out in pain, but you can't hear anything.
Oh my God.
So you two can see this. You can't hear each other, but you're seeing everything being like Moonshadow. You see as this Mothman just goes boom right across, and you expect to hear those bones crack, and you are like, it's silent. Oh, it is his turn. He fails. He tries to shoot at Mothman, and he misses.
Sentinel.
Okay.
With my claws, because I don't have any of my weapons drawn. That is
That does not hit. Gilbert.
Well, geez. Where's the pit?
It's the pit up here is much smaller. Yeah,
I have to go around.
Yeah, you have to go around the pit.
Is there like a rock?
It is a mine. There are rocks on the floor.
Cool, I'm gonna get a big fist-sized rock and just chuck it at him.
Okay. Are you proficient in improvised weapon?
Sure am.
Throw it then.
12.
That does not hit.
Okay. Yeah.
And you watch, because you can, are lights in here, and you can watch as your little rock goes, and down to it.
I turned to the rest of the group and I said, I'm not going into that. I'm not doing that.
Nazar.
Can I take the ready action to charge at and slash at somebody if somebody else comes in here after hearing the initial gunshot?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Back to the top with Moonshadow.
I'm gonna keep trying to tackle him to the gosh darn ground. Actually, no. I'm gonna use my claws and I'm gonna, like, try and scrape at his duster. Like, try and cut up the duster. If I can get to it.
So, non-lethal damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
First one doesn't hit. Second one's a 13.
No.
Cool. That's my turn. Still trying to keep in front of him.
Lochran.
Yeah, so, have them make a wisdom save.
10.
They fail. I think, if I'm reading Toll the Dead correctly, it's a creature I can see, not a creature that can hear me. So it's
Correct.
like the tolling is within his own brain,
Correct.
kind of thing. Oh fuck. 12 necrotic damage!
So, as you can see, because it's dimly lit in this area, you have not heard anything besides that initial gunshot. And all of a sudden, you see them trying to, like, crowd around him, and he just goes, and he falls back. And he goes limp on the ground.
Is he?
He's dead.
Dead?
He looks dead
Oh, shit.
from over here.
Okay. Well, can I use my movement, I don't know if we're still in initiative, to, like, run up to him? Because I still have silence up. I want to go in and, like, see if I can, like, feel a pulse.
You're still too, because you have to go around the pit. You're still too far away to get to him.
Okay, so I do that much movement,
Yep.
and then I don't know if you want to. If we're still in initiative, then we'll keep. Yeah.
At this moment, we'll say yes.
Okay.
So, Roots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah, he's dead. What?
There's more pulses.
What?
Thank you.
He was asking if there's any other enemies that he can see at the moment.
No.
And if the guy's dead.
At the moment, you cannot see any other enemies, but you're probably, you know that first gunshot went off, so you don't know for sure.
Okay. Can I, like, disable the bell? Am I close to it?
Yeah.
Cool. I want to try to disable it.
So, yeah, you managed to go up and, just cut the rope cord, if you have a dagger or something, or nom through it, I don't know. You do you.
Eat the rope.
I have to nom. I don't have any daggers.
He noms through the rope. Hempin.
Ew, gross.
Gets his proboscis up in there.
And so
Ew,
you
ew,
see,
ew, ew.
you don't hear anything, but the bell whacks the bottom of the tower and falls over into the dirt.
Okay.
He's dead. So, Gilbert.
I guess I'll make my way around the ravine here. I don't see anyone, so I'm not really concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna do anything else.
Nazar, you come in with the ragtag team in tow.
Yeah, can I make a perception check to see if I hear anybody coming from anywhere?
Yes.
It's a 6.
You don't hear anything, but you kind of look up and you don't see anybody coming to the edges of the pit that goes up to the multiple levels. You don't see anybody reacting differently, but you do still hear people working in the mines. And then it's from this point you can actually look up and you can see the night sky.
Dope.
Back to the top with Moonshadow.
How far up is the ledge?
It's about 30 feet or so. But you're on this level now, and there is a path that circles all the way up.
Oh.
Because that's how you were walked down.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
So this is like where we were kicked.
Yeah, you were around the pit where you were kicked from.
Okay, gotcha.
So there are ropes like hanging over the edge of this pit.
Let's jump back down.
So Moonshadow, it is your turn.
I wanna grab the gun and I wanna search his body.
Okay. You find a handful of gold pieces, some ammo, and the gun. He doesn't really have much else. Maybe a pack of cigarettes.
What kind of a gun is it?
It's a revolver.
Is it just a... Okay.
She's gonna have so much, like, she has 2 guns for each hip.
Yep. How much ammo did I pick up?
About 10 pieces.
And then you said how much gold?
About 5.
Awesome. No keys or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Yo, I gotta peace out because I gotta get up early for work.
Okay.
I gotta go to bed, yo.
Yeah,
Night.
I should probably do
It
that.
got late faster than I realized.
Yeah, no, I was like, I will wait till 10 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock hit, and I was like, I will wait till the end of combat.
Okay. Then we will call it for a night there.
So I'm just in a dirt room.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to check us out on all your favorite social media platforms at Ghostlight Dice. Special thanks to John Claudy for our theme, Wide Open Chaparral.